The first sentence is written here that many mountaineers had tried their luck at the conquest of his mighty mountain before. It is told through the sentences to us that there were many mountaineers, those who tried many more times to climb up the Mount Everest in the world, as it is the highest mountain in the world. So the next sentence is written here that in 1924, mountaineers Sandy Irwin and George Mallory made an unsuccessful attempt at the cost of their lives. It is told through the sentences to us that there were two persons named Sandy Irwin and George Mallory, and it was in 1924, and they made a unsuccessful unsuccessful attempt an unsuccessful attempt at the coast of the Mount Everest in their lives. And the next sentences are written here that the glory of having successfully completed the Everest expedition first goes to Sir Edmund Hillary of New Zealand and Sepra Tenzing Norgay of Nepal. The sentences are written here that the glory having successfully completed the Everest expedition first goes to Sir Edmund Hillary of New Zealand and Sherpa Tenzing Norgay of Nepal. It is told through the sentences to us that there were two people from New Zealand as Sir Edmund Hillary, and another one was Sherpa Tenzing Norgay from Nepal, and both of them were trying to climbing the Mount Everest, which one is the highest mountain in the world, and they were successful climbing up the mountains in their life, and they have brought the glory climbing up the Mount Everest. So the next sentences are written here that they conquered Mount Everest in 1953, the first genuine ascent. It is told through the sentences to us that both of them in 1953, both of them in 1953 they conquered Mount Everest, and ever since the first conquest, many mountaineers have successfully met the challenge of this peak. It is told through the sentences to us that, and after them, many more mountaineers were there, those who tried to climbing up the mountaineers, and they have brought the glory to their country, those who reached the peak of the highest mountains in the world. The first sentence is written here that many mountaineers had tried their luck at the conquest of this mighty mountain before. It is told through the sentences to us that many mountaineers were there, those who had tried to climb up the Mount Everest ever before. And the next sentences are written here that in 1924, mountaineers Sandy Irwin and George Mallory made an unsuccessful attempt at the cost of their life. It is told through the sentences to us that in 1924 there were two people, uh, those who were Sandy Irwin and George Mallory, made an unsuccessful story at the cost of the Mount Everest in their life. And the next sentences are written here that the glory of having successfully completed the Everest expedition first goes to Sir Edmund Hillary of New Zealand and the Sherpa Tenzing Norgay of Nepal. And next, there were two people, those who have brought the glory climbing up the Mount Everest to their country. The people were Sir Edmund Hillary from New Zealand, and another one was Sherpa Tenzing Norgay from Nepal, and both of them conquered Mount Everest first time in 1953. And the next sentences are written here that the first genuine ascent ever since the first conquest, many mountaineers have successfully met the challenge of this peak. It is told through the sentences to ask that. And after them, one by one, many mountaineers they have reached the peak of the highest mountain, Mount Everest, in the world.